Some mornings feel heavier than others, not just in your joints, but in your breath, your mood, your memory. You open your eyes, but the world feels distant. Coffee doesn't clear the fog, and movement feels more like effort than flow. But what if your body wasn't breaking down? What if it was simply asking you to listen, in a language older than words? In Okinawa, elders begin their day not with urgency, but with ritual. Warm miso, sunlight on the face, a breath, a stretch, a pause to feel alive before the doing begins. And it turns out, science has been listening too. A study from Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience, 2022, showed that seniors who practiced 3 simple daily rituals, breathwork, mobility, and mindful eating, experienced a 23% improvement in mood and 15% reduction in systemic inflammation in just 8 weeks. So, today we're not chasing energy, we're not fighting time. We're returning to the hidden rhythm your body already remembers, the rhythm of healing, of joy, of quiet strength. By the end of this video, you'll have your own daily ritual. No pills, no pressure, no perfection. Just small, sacred moments that shift everything. 1. Morning mobility spall. Waking the body gently before the world asks anything of you, your body whispers. And in the quiet just after waking, you have a choice: to rush forward or to return inward. For many over 60, mornings don't begin with joy. They begin with stiffness, with ankles that feel like stone, with fingers slow to unclench, with thoughts already tangled in what needs doing. But healing doesn't begin in motion. It begins in rhythm. Researchers at Frontiers in Public Health, 2023, found that just 3 minutes of gentle weight-shifting movement each morning reduced fall risk by 24% and improved balance confidence in seniors. This is not about exercise. This is about waking your body the way the sun rises. Not suddenly, but gradually, softly, with reverence. Try this ritual. Sit on the edge of your bed. Let your feet ground into the floor. Begin with 20 gentle arm circles, forward, then back. Then seated knee lifts, one at a time. Imagine you're marching to your favorite tune. Now, rise slowly. Inhale through your nose. Raise your arms slowly as if lifting the morning sky. Hold that breath for a second. Then, exhale, and let your arms fall like leaves in autumn. These small movements trigger your parasympathetic nervous system, the same system responsible for healing, digestion, and deep calm. And here's the beautiful part. You don't have to do it perfectly. You just have to show up, because every cell in your body carries memory. And movement, no matter how gentle, is how your body says, I'm still here. I still want to live fully today. 2. The 30-gram breakfast that rebuilds you. What if breakfast wasn't about fuel, but about repair? As we age, the body becomes quieter in its signals. You might not feel hunger. You might even skip breakfast because it feels like less is more. But your muscles, your brain, your bones, they're still working, still healing, still rebuilding behind the scenes. The problem? Most seniors over 60 are consuming 30 to 40% less protein than their body truly needs, especially in the first half of the day, when muscle protein synthesis is most responsive. A landmark study published in the Journal of Gerontology, 2023, found that older adults, even in their 80s, could regain lean muscle mass at the same rate as someone 2 decades younger, simply by combining light movement with a 30-gram morning protein intake. So, instead of skipping, try building. Here's a gentle healing breakfast bowl. 1 cup Greek yogurt, 20 grams protein, rich in calcium, 1/4 cup walnuts, healthy fats plus 4 grams protein plus 2.5 grams omega-3s, 1 teaspoon flaxseed, fiber plus lignans for hormone balance, a drizzle of raw honey plus dash of cinnamon, supports gut health and adds warmth. This combination doesn't just feed, it rebuilds. The omega-3s reduce IL-6, a key inflammatory marker, by up to 15%, helping your joints move more freely and your memory stay sharper. Optional ritual, a warm turmeric latte. 1 teaspoon turmeric, a pinch of black pepper, 1 cup warm almond milk. This simple blend has been shown in Aging and Cognition Review 2018 to increase brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, by 35%, a molecule that your brain uses to regenerate neural connections. So, tomorrow morning, don't eat out of habit. Eat to remember who you are becoming. This isn't just breakfast, it's morning medicine, and your body, even now, still knows how to use every bite as a building block. 1 choice 3. Midday breathing. Reset 4 to 7 to 8 to calm the storm. It's just past noon. You've eaten, maybe cleaned a bit. The house is quiet, but somehow, your body isn't. There's a tightness in your jaw, a flutter behind your chest, and your breath, if you notice it at all, feels shallow, uneven, rushed. This isn't just stress, it's your nervous system calling out for regulation. By the time we reach our 60s, our cortisol response tends to stay elevated longer, making it harder to shift from activity into rest. That's why small midday rituals, the kind that feel almost invisible, can create the most visible healing shifts. Enter the 4-7-8 breath, a technique so gentle it feels like doing nothing. And yet, in a clinical trial published in Hypertension Research 2021, seniors who practiced this for just 4 minutes per day experienced a 9 millimeter mercury drop in systolic blood pressure, a 30% reduction in cortisol, and a notable improvement in emotional regulation. It works like this. Inhale softly through the nose for 4 seconds. Hold that breath in stillness for 7 seconds. Then exhale slowly, fully for 8 seconds. Repeat this cycle 4 times. That's it. No tools, no apps, no doing, just being. Here's how to make it sacred. Find a quiet spot by a window. Let your feet feel the floor. Soften your belly. And let the air come in like light filling a room. Don't worry if thoughts wander. Don't worry if you get distracted. This isn't performance, it's permission. When you breathe like this, your body shifts from defense to healing, from rush to repair, from noise to clarity. Just 2 minutes and you've reminded your heart, you are safe, you are steady, and you still have the power to return to calm, even in the middle of the day. 4. Afternoon, strength, gentle resistance, real power. By afternoon, your body may whisper again, not in pain, but in fatigue, a quiet heaviness in your legs, a subtle tremble when reaching for a shelf, or maybe that small sigh when getting up from your favorite chair. But what if that tiredness isn't a sign of age? It's a request for strength. Contrary to what many believe, muscle loss is not inevitable after 60. It's reversible, and it doesn't require heavy weights or loud gyms, just gentle, consistent resistance. A study from the American Journal of Geriatrics, 2022, followed adults over 85 using resistance bands 3 times per week. After 12 weeks, participants gained 10% increase in leg muscle volume, 25% improvement in balance confidence, and reported less joint stiffness upon waking. You don't need a trainer, you need a ritual. Here's one you can do in your living room with no noise, no rush. Resistance band. Rows, loop the band around a door handle. Pull slowly toward your chest, 3 sets of 12, with rest in between. Focus on breath. Exhale as you pull, inhale as you release. Wall push-ups, hands shoulder width against the wall. Step back slightly, lower gently for 2 counts, rise for 2, do 2 sets of 2, 10, chair squats. Stand in front of a sturdy chair, lower until you just touch, then rise. Use your breath as a guide. 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps. Do it while the news hums in the background, or while your favorite jazz album plays softly. This is not about building biceps. It's about rebuilding agency, so you can open your own jars, lift your own bags, and move through the world with quiet confidence. Strength, after all, is not measured in pounds. It's measured in freedom, the freedom to live life on your own terms. These aren't just habits. They are little homecomings, moments when you return, not to who you were, but to who your body still believes you can be. Each gentle stretch, each quiet sip, each breath drawn with intention. Is your body whispering, "I haven't given up on you"? And maybe, for years, you gave your care to others, children, a partner, a job. You learned to survive on urgency and selflessness. But healing now asks something quieter, that you give yourself the same devotion. You don't need to overhaul your life. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to choose presence, one moment at a time, because your body still listens, still responds, still remembers what it means to feel calm, capable, and quietly alive. So, if you've forgotten what it feels like to feel good, let this be your invitation, not to start over, but to continue, gently, rhythmically, with the wisdom that only years can teach. And if you're wondering whether it's too late, it's not. You're not behind. You're right on time. If today's video stirred a quiet memory of who you once were or who you still hope to become, let that be your first healing ritual, not doing more, just listening inward with kindness. Which of these daily rituals feels most natural to you right now? Or is there one that you've always wanted to try but never gave yourself permission to begin? Share it in the comments, and let this space become a quiet circle of encouragement. If this video felt more like a conversation than content, if it gave you room to breathe, then you're already part of something gentle and real here. Subscribe not for tips or trends, but for more quiet moments where healing feels like coming home.